Hey food enthusiasts, welcome to yet another journey with the Homely Cook channel. Ever wondered what it's like to munch on a dish so deeply rooted in Southern Africa's culture that it practically tells a story with every bite? Well, today I'm diving into the world of Sadza with Mopane worms. Trust me, you're in for a treat. First up, let's talk about Sadza. Picture this, a steaming mound of maize porridge that's been a staple in Southern Africa for centuries. Now, maize wasn't always the star of the show here. It was actually introduced by the Portuguese back in the 16th century from the Americas. They said, "Hey, Africa, meet maize." And Africa was like, "Nice to eat you." Over time, maize crops spread like wildfire because, let's face it, they were easier to grow and harvest compared to other native grains like millet and sorghum. Sadza isn't just unique to Southern Africa, though. It has cousins all over the continent, like ugali in East Africa and pap in South Africa. But in Zimbabwe, Sadza reigns supreme for its affordability and ability to fill you up. Now, on to the real stars of the show, Mopane worms. These little critters found in Mopane woodlands during the rainy season have been a crucial food source for centuries. Indigenous communities, especially the Shona, Ndebele, and Swana peoples, have been harvesting and feasting on these worms long before it was cool. I mean, talk about farm to table, right? Now, some of you will feel a little uncomfortable with the idea of eating worms, but trust me, these little creatures are vermouth. High in protein and essential nutrients, Mopane worms are nature's way of saying, "I got you covered." And believe me, your dietitian will ask you to chew on these bad boys like a bag of chocolates. Traditionally, these worms are harvested by hand, gutted, and either boiled fresh or dried for later. Dried and smoked Mopane worms can last for ages, ensuring you've got snacks even during the dry season. So how did Sadza and Mopane worms become the ultimate power couple? This combo reflects a deep connection to the land and its resources. Eating Sadza with Mopane worms is not just about the nutrition, but also about their cultural significance. The dish is often enjoyed communally, sometimes with a side of veggies or wild greens. Plus, Mopane worms are a great source of income for many rural families who sell them in markets. In Zimbabwe and Botswana, these worms are practically gold, both culturally and economically. Fast forward to today, and Sadza with Mopane worms is celebrated as a traditional Southern African dish. It's a symbol of resilience and resourcefulness, still a staple, especially in rural areas. But get this, it's also making waves in urban areas and even high-end cuisine. Modern chefs are incorporating Mopane worms into fancy recipes, showcasing them as a sustainable protein source. This has brought global attention to traditional African foods, including our beloved Sadza with Mopane worms. So there you have it, folks. Sadza with Mopane worms isn't just a meal. It's a story of adaptation, resilience, and a brilliant use of natural resources. Whether you're in a rural village or a swanky city restaurant, this dish remains a proud symbol of Southern African heritage. Now, who's hungry? If you enjoyed this dive into Southern African cuisine, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and press the bell button for further notifications. Until next time, happy eating.